I'm just gonna do this for a minute. I gotta do that. How we doing, everybody? Hi. I gotta turn my music stuff down. There we go. How's it going, everybody? It's been a long time. I see some old faces out there. Good to see you, Matt. Thanks for coming by. Share this shit around for me, man. It's been a while since we've done these. Yeah. So I'm gonna do this. Let's see. It's 9:04 p.m. on the East Coast. You're in the dojo with the Pants Ninja and Captain Kerosive. You want to say hi, Kerosive? Just say hi to everybody.
What's up, party people?
Hey.
Hey.
Thanks for coming in. I think we're live now. It looks like we're live.
So I'm here to fight you IRL, right? That's what we're doing.
Well, we'll see. It's a battle of wits, I'd say, more than anything. So what's going on today? How you doing? You all right? Anything new going on?
Nah, I'm just here to hang out with you. It's going to be a good time.
Oh.
I put on 3 pairs of pants just in case.
Well, you're going to lose them all, lady. Trust me. Shout out to Bunny. Hi. Welcome to the party. You're all getting wrenches, so bear with me, guys. I haven't done one of these in, shit, what, a year, it looks like? It's been a long time. But today we got Captain Kerosive in here with us today. Again, today. If I say the word today again, drink more beer, Ninja. It's a good idea. So I guess Kerosive, you want to give him a little introduction? You tell him what you do exactly on YouTube and whatnot.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm most people already know me, I think, but I'm the weird lady that calls scammers and shit. It's been a while since I've uploaded, but I do have a YouTube, and there are videos of me calling the scammers and just having a good time with it. Yeah, Other than that, I do all kinds of weird shit. I'm just a weird lady. That's all.
I'd go eccentric more than weird, maybe.
There we go. I like that word. Very eccentric.
Classy. Yeah, so Captain Kerosive, she does scam baiting, is involved in that. You're involved in a lot of things, actually, after I found out a little research in the past, a little bit of time here.
No dox me, bro.
I'm no. Ain't no doxing here. I don't dox you. You don't dox me. We're golden.
Detective Ninja on the case. Oh, no. What did he find?
Well, it used to be Hunter S. Pansimus is what I went by when I was doing my journalistic things.
Love it. Bat country.
Me and Hunter actually have the same birthday, which is very funny. So there's a little
Cool.
information for everybody out there. so, so I was checking out your last interview. I found one with Irate Prostate a while back. Was this about a year ago?
Yeah, I went and hung out with IP for one of his shows. That was a good time. I like IP. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he totally is. Matt Day remembers Pansimus Maximus from my internet trolling. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, it was a good show. I'm hoping to have a little fun here with you tonight. So we've given you got you the YouTube introduction. I know SoCap. Let's start with something pretty basic. We are going to start with eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's start with your occupation. Let's get that knocked out of the way.
Yeah, that comes up quite a bit.
I
It's
figured
really not as interesting as it sounds, but people are always like, "So what's that all about?"
well, we got new viewers tonight, so I want to just quick touch on a few things to give them a little introduction to you. Yeah, I've known a lot of people in the industry on various forms of it. The old website that we used to run the shows off of was actually funded by a camgirl site, believe it or not. Shout out to Muser. But so
Cha-cha.
you work at an adult store, is what? How do we classify
I
this?
do. Well, it depends. I mean, if you want to be technical, it's adult specialty retail. If
Right,
you want to sound all like official and shit.
pinkies up.
Otherwise, you can just call it the fucking porn store. I'm a smut slinger. That's right.
Smut Slinger Kerosive at your service. And I know from previous experiences, I've heard that you've been there, what, 5, 6, 7 years, something like that.
Yeah, with this company a long time. About
Yeah,
6 years.
what drew you in there in the first place? Just a job, or
Yeah, originally I worked for a different company back in the day when I was young and just needed a fucking job, you know?
right?
So I hit the area. There was one of these types of stores, and I was like, fuck it. I don't care. Job's a job. And then it just turned out that I really liked it and I was good at it. Stayed there for about 3 years. Went on and did other stuff. But then when it was time to find another job, I kind of missed it. And I was like, fuck it. I want to do that again.
Yeah, from what I was
And here
hearing,
I
it was a
am.
pretty good gig, huh?
It's not bad. I will say that the people I do work for take very good care of their employees, and that's nice. And then also just the job itself is very chill. It's as you can imagine, there's lots of laughs. The puns never fucking stop around there.
I
Thanks for
guarantee
coming.
it.
Like it's great. It's good times.
Sounds like kitchen language to me.
Indeed. It's very relaxed environment as well as far as the sales and everything too. Or I mean, there is some icky stuff, I guess. You do get weirdos once in a while who are like,
Of
I need the
course.
biggest butt plug you have. Can you tell me how to put it? And you're like, oh, bro, really? But for the most part, there's also just like a lot of couples shopping and stuff like that. And you do get to do some stuff that's kind of cool, like help people plan for their honeymoons or bachelorette parties. I mean, it's kind of sweet. It's kind of cute, a little humanitarian.
Right, a little romance, a little bit of icky stuff. It's a nice balance,
Right.
right?
It's nice to be able to make people feel comfortable and help them find what they need to. So.
I kind of equate a job like that as like working in a hospital. Kind of like, do you feel like you're desensitized ties to certain things?
Oh yeah, it's everything pretty
Yeah,
much. Like I might as well be just like working in Kmart selling like shoes. It's basically the same difference. Like
pretty
the
much.
movies and stuff, I joke because I every once in a while it'll catch your attention again and you're like, "Oh shit, that's a fucking giant penis or a pair of boobs on a movie cover." But otherwise it's just a sea of color. Like it doesn't even register as anything sexual. So,
Right. I was gonna say it seems like at my job, I've been there a little while, and it's just like second nature. Like you don't even take a second glance at things when people who are not in that like certain environment will be like, "Oh my god," big shit, right?
for sure. Yeah, I think that's like that with any kind of job
Right.
or industry. You just get used to the norm and it becomes your norm.
Yeah, gig's a gig, right? So, I mean, I don't
But
have too
yeah,
many too many
I sell
questions on
dildos and dildo accessories.
that. The Hank Hill of the adult world, man. I dig it.
Fuck yeah.
And on that note, I'm gonna just take 5 seconds, say hi to Uzi. I see you out there, Stone Monkey. You guys, thanks for coming by. Oh my God, it's a penis, Danny. You got it.
Hey TM, what you drinking, bro? Hey Uzi.
Hey, if anyone's taking a drink, grab one with me right now. Now's the time. Tip your beers. Welcome back to the dojo once again. And I'm just gonna do this real quick. Kerosive, thank you. This is gonna be a great night.
Hell,
We'll have a good time. Yeah. So we got you're scam baiting on YouTube. You got the the real life gig. Let's. I wanted to ask so. Let me see this. If I was hearing correctly, you were talking about selling like homemade products and whatnot. Oh, we lost her for a minute. She'll be right back. Meanwhile, let me say hi to the chat again. There you are.
I'm back. Sorry. I should have warned you beforehand. I am on my mobile, so sometimes it just cuts off and I just bounce back in. No worries. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. I got to find this picture anyways. I'm trying to get the system set up here. You were talking about in the private chat a minute ago. We were talking about you make handmade things sometimes. Like how do we describe this? Handmade gifts and things.
And thanks. Creepy art stuffs. I'm into creepy art stuff. Yeah, I'm one of those people. Like, I am a creative type. I get that goes with being eccentric, right? But it so sucks because I'm like one of those people that was never really good at one type of like art medium. Like, I'm not like really good at painting, really good at drawing, really good at anything. But I'm like decent at all of them.
I feel you.
If that makes sense. So I'm like, okay, so I do a lot of cool shit. But yeah, I think what you're talking about probably is my homemade Ouija boards. I make a themed art looking Ouija boards. My Ouija boards, they're so cute.
Well,
and voodoo dolls. I like selling voodoo dolls. That also relates to my other stuff we'll talk about later. But yeah, voodoo is a cool theme, man.
Well, I was gonna say I just posted a picture up there. I found this on a undisclosed place in an undisclosed place rather.
Oh yeah, see, well there you go. Another medium that I'm decent at, not fantastic, but I love sewing. I
Sewing.
definitely dig sewing. I make all kinds of costumes, purses, all kinds of fun stuff.
So
I am a big sewer, which is so lame, but I fucking love it.
nothing lame about being creative. Shout out to Turish. Hi, buddy. Good to see you. So we got. I see. There's that. Is that? Did you make this bag now that we're looking at right now?
Yeah, that's one of my little body bag purses I made. It's cute, right? It's cute.
I dig it. Looks like some good.
And it's kind of funny too because I'm really not like a huge purse type of girl. Like I don't even really carry purses. Like mostly I just like use a messenger bag or whatever. But they're so much fun to make, and I'm like, oh my god, like shoes, purses, cute, but it's not really me. It's just
I
fun.
feel you. It's a hobby, right?
Yeah, so I make a bunch of them, and I usually just give them away because I don't actually use them.
Something to do. Well, I got another picture I'm about to throw up here. You were talking about. I want to see what we're looking at next, and Cap, I'm sure you're going to see that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We're on a delay. That's right.
Yeah, you got it. So we're leading into that next.
Okay, well, I already kind of talked about that. Those are my little custom Ouija board things I make. I don't even know what to call it. It's just really fun, and I think they're cool looking.
It looks like a Ouija board to me. I like.
The funny thing is it's just something kind of as a pastime because we have. I don't know if nobody's probably familiar with it, but in the adult industry or porn stores, whatever, we always have like the magazine rack with the free shit, like for advertisements, like the exotic and like there's all these like magazines with strip clubs and shit like that. It's advertising adult industry. So most of these I have just cut shit out of those and used it. So it's kind of funny for me because it's like it looks totally different, but that was made out of like a semi-nudie mag. So
that's actually pretty cool.
I think it's funny.
So how big are they exactly?
I make all different sizes. Those ones are teeny tiny. Those ones are like 2 inches by like 1.5 inches.
See, that's pretty awesome.
They go on magnets, so you can put them on your refrigerator in case you don't mind creeping out your friends and family with having Ouija board magnets.
I'll take 7. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, no, they're super cute, but I like to think that when you first look at it, you don't really realize it's a creepy ass Ouija board. I like making creepy things pretty.
I mean, like I said, it's something I definitely relate to. Started off in the whole underground rap scene with a bunch of hardcore guys, you know? So I feel you. There's a whole lot of creepiness going on there.
Life
Um,
is not the same without a little creepy.
oh, you need a balance, man, in everything.
Faux show.
So along the same lines, I got another one coming up here in a sec. You were talking about these earlier, and this is something I wanted to discuss for a minute too.
My baby dolls.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
He's like, yeah. Do you have one of those of me? No, they're not like functioning voodoo dolls, but they're again. I like to sew, and that's another one of my things that I've just kind of trademarked sew. And it's something that leads into other shit we'll talk about later too. But the LARPing thing, like costumes, everybody always wants one, so I just started making them all the time, and just again giving them away. It's kind of a creepy little present, but it's nice. Like here, have a voodoo doll. You never know, could come in handy.
And you're gonna get back to these eventually, you said?
Well, it kind of ties into, like I said, the whole voodoo thing,
Okay.
like, is sort of my character for the LARPy shit, but, whatever.
Well, we'll get into that. Definitely.
Right. But
So
yeah,
there's
my baby dolls. I make voodoo dolls too. They're cute. They're adorable. And then they can go in the little Ouija board boxes, and it's just, I'm such a dork. This is so embarrassing.
oh, it's not embarrassing. Hush.
My fucking creepy art stuff. Yes.
You realize you're
Yeah.
talking to a guy that doesn't wear pants on the internet, right?
Yeah, that does make me feel better. Okay,
See,
we're good now.
it's all good.
Not
So,
so weird.
hi, Irate. Thanks for coming in, brother. Yeah, I was
Happy.
fascinated by this, by the way. Yeah. Hi, if you want, man.
Fuck yeah. Appy's good dude. Much love.
We're pretty loose here in the dojo. I love the interaction, guys. So if you guys have questions, by the way, tag me in them, and I'll get to them in the chat. Just letting you guys know. So feel free to ask stuff if you want. Got a comment, you know?
Yeah, what do you want to know? Jeez,
Yeah.
nosy people. Nosy
I
people. I feel so
fucking
on the spot. I'm
well,
joking.
I was gonna say you are on the spot, Cap. We're fighting it in the
I
dojo.
I don't find myself that interesting, but it's fun to talk, so I'll talk about myself. It's cool. I think I have enough narcissism for that. Let's go.
Confidence, narcissism, it's all the same.
Hold my beer. Let's do this.
Okay. Well, you were talking about the art stuff. I got something I'm getting ready to shill up here in the chat. We're doing another picture quick. Gonna get these knocked out a while. Something you made, it looks like.
Oh shit! You did find some way back stuff. I think I took that off of my other shit. No, that's just the doodle. Like I said, I'm semi decent at like a bunch of different shit. So I draw too. I do draw. That's not the best example of my work, but I do like to draw. Again, it tends to be creepy shit, weird shit. It's just that's just the way I roll. Creepy art stuff.
I was fascinated by this picture. Actually, it's very trippy.
It's hard to explain. That one was a picture I made for. I was gonna use it. I don't know if I did. I don't remember. I was gonna use it in one of my Scambait videos. It's press the Windows key and the letter R. Excuse me, mom. I needed to press the Windows key and the letter R, and then the keyboard because they never say keyboard. They can't pronounce it right. It's the keyboard. Right. So it's like, no, I don't have a keyboat, just a speedboat. Will that work? That kind of shit.
Right.
So yeah. So it was themed. It was going to be used for a video, but I don't think I ever did. I think it was just something I made.
Well, something to check out, guys. I
like to doodle.
I love art. Like, I love seeing people being creative, and no matter how they feel about it, if somebody likes it, you know what I mean? It's worth sharing.
Like I said, I think everybody's pretty much like got really cool creative talents, and it's kind of like therapy, man. You sit down, you work on something, you kind of tune out, you listen to some good music. I love art shit. I'm not really good at any of it, but I enjoy all of it.
I got one more coming up here, and speaking of being creative, and this is going to be the lead in for something.
Oh yeah, see, well, costuming. This is sewing. I do. I make costumes for different LARP events and things. People will ask for them. That was somebody ordered a custom, wanted a gnome.
It's pretty awesome looking. It's colorful.
It's pretty dope, right?
I like it. Now, for those that aren't familiar with, can you define what LARPing is?
Okay, yes. So now we're gonna get to the really, really lame part.
The
Um,
juiciness. Everybody get moist, guys.
the most embarrassing hobby I have. All right. It's not that bad. It's not what it sounds like. Most people know what LARPing is. Technically, it's live action role play. And the most common question is always, "You mean like role models?" And it's like, "Oh fuck, why?" Yeah, it's not like role models exactly. And the one that I do, there's really not much role play. I mean, yeah, it is like 1600s and below. And we do like have big like quote unquote feasts and hold court and give out awards and all that shit. And I mean, we have a king and blah blah blah. But for the most part, this one's more of like a combat sport. Actually, it's more about the battle. We use foam swords. We don't use like the hard plastic replicas. We actually use special types of swords for this because it's kind of a fast paced, hard hitting sort of game. It is a combat sport of types, but it's a lot of fun. We usually meet up at parks and stuff on the weekends. I'm sure everybody has seen some people doing weird shit in their home parks, whether it's this type of group or a different type. But then we also have like big 300 people campouts like once or twice a year, which is really awesome to get everybody together. So it's just a bunch of LARPers go out in the woods, have a huge camp out, party, have a good time. LARPers like to drink. It's a thing.
Right.
See, it's more like I get this one too, like Knights of Badassdom, and I'm like, it's a little bit more like that because a lot of people are like, I'm gonna go do some shrooms and fucking fuck off in the woods and hit people. So I mean, it's a little bit more laid back. It's a lot of fun though.
I'm somewhat familiar with the basic principle.
You were saying so you did not tell me though. So what is your experience with ye old LARPing?
LARPing. Well, what I'm more familiar with is what is called, I guess, battle reenactments, but it's pretty much to me seems like live action role playing. Okay, so these guys they have their weapons, but they're like no sharp points. Everything's like nubbed off and stuff like that, and they make like legit medieval weapons or whatever period weapons they are. They build battle armor and stuff. Like this dude I know.
So like the SCA?
Yeah, there it is. SCA stuff. Like
SCA, yeah.
was a big event around here. I got a gang of people that do that kind of stuff, you know. I did. I used to be big into wrestling, so I had a WWE network subscription, right? And at one point, they had those guys doing a live action role playing a LARP there, and that was my first like major experience is watching all these wrestlers learn what LARPing is, you know.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Roddy Piper was in that one, and he's amazing. I don't even care. Shout out to Roddy Piper, rest in peace, homie. But
I can second that. Rip.
The only thing I'm ripping is pants, and I hope one of them layers is off by now.
We're getting there.
So let's see if I got a video I want to load up here in a minute, if we can. All right, we can.
Oh yeah, cool. That's that clip I said. Yeah, because like I said, a lot of people don't really understand what it looks like. So this is just a basic, like the most basic thing we do when we get together is we call it ditching. It's just where you square off, line up, and basically hit each other. But it'll give everybody an idea of what it's actually like.
Yeah, so we're gonna play this little video clip quick, and I'm watching it on the. Go for it.
I was gonna say you'll notice too, because people ask about this shit too. Like some people like to dress up and have their garb on. Some people go hardcore. Some people do a mix of streetwear and official garb, and some people just wear streetwear too. Like you can wear pants. Ain't nobody gonna throw you out the game.
I will. So okay, let's talk. So the video you sent me, is this people you know, or is this just an event you found online?
It's a little bit of both. It's a pretty tight-knit community. Everybody kind of knows everybody. It is spread across a few different states. It's big here, California, Texas is the hub of it. But there's different chapters in all states. But most of us, yeah, we travel to our large events back and forth. So I do know some of the people in this, but this was one of the bigger events we throw, and it's just a clip that I found that I thought was basic enough. So it's not like I wasn't here for this, but yeah, it's basically what we do.
Okay, so I'm familiar with like D&D tabletop RPG stuff, right?
Gotcha.
This is the same idea, only live action.
No, it's more of like again, it's more of a combat sport to be honest. So it's
Okay.
basically hit points. So you get hit in the arm, you can have the choice to take your arm back. So you can play with one arm, but if you get hit in the other arm, clearly you're dead. A
Right.
body shot is a death. We're not allowed to hit each other in the head. Headshots don't count. So you can hit somebody, but then you have to say, "Sorry, didn't mean to do that," even if you did. Um, not that I would do that. Or like leg, same basic thing. So you leg somebody, they got to get either down on their knees or take a leg and hop around like a dummy. But yeah, it's kill points.
Okay. Well, it seems like the same rules for SCA type stuff. Like you get hit in a vital
It
organ.
is. Yeah, I was gonna actually, when you were talking about that, say this is loosely kind of the organization is loosely kind of formatted the same way SEA is. It's
Okay.
just not as serious. Like we don't do the hardcore reenactment. We're not like super into. Nobody goes around talking in an accent. I mean, there's some people who like to. We call them flurbs, but yeah. I mean, during like the award ceremonies, it's probably the most like role play you'll get because we will have the big feast and like the tables will be set up for the royalty and they'll call people up and give them awards for like doing service for the club or this or that or the other thing or winning tournaments. We have tournaments and shit, you know.
Well, like I said, we were talking in private about some of this stuff. That's respectful. Yeah, we got another video up there. Another event going on. Obviously, people are not trying to hurt each other, guys. You know what I mean? Little fun action, fun thing. I'd
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
Fuck it.
I mean, some people, I don't know, there's different levels of fighters. So, like, some of the better guys and who are really, really into it, they'll
Right.
tend to kind of stick to themselves and fight each other because they do hit hard and go really hard. If we have newer people or, like, younger people, people will go softer on them and kind of, you know, make sure that they're matched with their own skill level.
Yeah, try to line up. I get it. Fair fights and all. Huh.
Sometimes shit gets a little rowdy, especially back in the day. I mean, it's better now, but I mean, back in the '90s and stuff, you know, people would like throw down, but it's all chill fun now.
I was gonna ask, like, I didn't really get exposed to this stuff till the later '90s, maybe early 2000s area. I'm sure there's a longer history of this than I'm aware of.
Yeah, a lot of them. I think this particular group goes back to the late '80s, but a lot of them really peaked in the '90s. All kinds of different LARPs and role plays and stuff. I think that was kind of their golden age, if you will. But and then the internet came, of course, and more people got into that. But now, as that's kind of normalized, it seems to be there's a resurgence in people wanting to actually leave their house and go do things. So it has been kind of picking back up.
Well, I'm sure, yeah, after this lockdown everybody's dealing with, people are gonna look for any excuse to get outside. So there you go, guys.
Right. Well,
You'll be
and I always recommend it too for people with like, for like teenage boys, especially like, you know, like they got all that pent up anger and shit. Like you got a rowdy teenager. If you get them involved in something like this, it's a place for them to responsibly take some of that energy and aggression out, but also you have a peer structure to an extent and people for them to turn to for advice and things too. And that's pretty cool. It's good
you
for
know,
the kids.
I was gonna say that's a pretty solid point. Now, on that same note, like we're about the same generation. It seemed
Yeah,
when
we
we were
old motherfucker.
we're
We're
experienced.
old.
Shit. We are just well experienced at this point and holding up even better.
Photo.
When we were younger, we had stuff like more prevalent in the community. Like, I don't know if you guys did or not out there, but like boys and girls clubs, things for the kids to actually do. I feels like nowadays we're lacking in that social interaction as children. You know, the community isn't what it used to be, right?
Definitely. Yeah. And again, I think we're seeing a little bit of a swing back to those kind of establishments and things for kids. But for teenagers in particular, I mean, we used to have bowling alleys and roller
Right.
skating rinks. At least you could go like meet up with friends and have like a safe place to do that. And those places have kind of disappeared. So
Yeah, feel like it's the more we progress in a scientific technological society, we lose sight of, like you said, the bowling alleys, the arcades. Like, what do we have for
yeah.
the kids to do? You know?
And I mean, virtual reality and all that is only so much. At some point, you don't want to just watch a video of a roller coaster ride. You want to go be on a fucking roller coaster. So
Right?
I think we'll see people kind of swinging back towards actual activities, which is also healthy for you. You get some exercise, you get outside, you're social, like face to face social. It's a good experience. Just try it. Just try it, kids.
Well, since we're talking about this, when you were a kid, did you like were you into this stuff then? What were you kind of like as a kid, so to say?
No. Oh my goodness. No, the LARPing, honestly, when I first got into that, I think I was about 23. I was invited by a friend, family member to go to one of these events.
Right.
And I was like, I'm just gonna go to fucking make fun of people. And I did. I was so mean. I was like, look at all these boys in dresses. And I mean, I was just like such an asshole. I was like, oh, dorks, nerds. But it was fun. And then I just slowly kind of got sucked into it. I was like, actually, I kind of want to play. Give me one of those swords. Let's do this. So that's kind of how that happened. That was later in life when I was a little bit more, yeah, special. But I don't know. I mean, as a kid, what did I do as a kid? God, that was so long ago. I don't
It's
know
hard
if I
to
can even
remember, right?
remember. For sure. Yeah, I mean, I think I was a little bit more, and my teenagers, more of an introvert, I guess. Like, I was always that kid that liked to stay in my room and play with my toys.
Right.
And
Okay.
I mean, I was fine with other people. I wasn't like socially awkward or anything. I just really was into my own shit. So as a teenager, same basic thing. I like to read. I like to draw. I like to do my art shit. I did get a computer fairly young, so that was
Oh,
kind of fun. I did get to learn a lot.
were we
But
talking like
yeah,
Oregon Trail
I mean,
computer?
well, no, not clear back to the Tandy days or anything.
Okay.
But I think it was 96 or 98. I got my first computer. And it was an HP Hewlett Packard with a 65K dial-up modem. Yeah.
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah, and I mean, there wasn't much on the internet back then. You're like, oh, look at this cool web ring. Like, I'm gonna go read stuff.
I didn't
Maybe you
even know how
could
to get to a website.
right? Like, maybe you could download a GIF like in an hour. Like, it wasn't really much, but computers were cool because you could write, typing stuff like that a lot easier. Work on graphics and things like that. I was really into actually the making web pages for a
Hmm.
while. But then I was like, kind of got away from that. But yeah, I mean, back in the day, things were a little different. Definitely like to just kind of chill and do my own thing.
Well, as they should be, right? Speaking of the web pages, I dabbled in them myself in the later '90s. I actually recall you just reminded me of this taking a class in high school about web page design.
It was a big deal back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I mean, anyone can build a web page. It feels like at these points, like you
Well,
guys,
now,
they don't know,
now
man.
it's just there's like a freaking template for everything now. You just go fucking join up to a site and they're like, here's your webpage, just type shit in and put a picture up. And you're like,
Or
holy crap, do you know how long I had to look for tags to figure out how to put up an image or learn like basic HTML? You guys suck.
oh, I still have books, HTML for Dummies, sitting over there somewhere. One day I'll read it.
For sure. For sure. For sure. It'll be completely outdated by the time you finish it, but it's fine.
So, would you consider yourself much of a techie these days?
Oh, no, well, and that's part of it too. Not really, because I kind of went a while with no internet or computer out in the woods, kind of.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did my own thing for a few years. But without it, when I came back and got my next computer and shit, I realized the technology just changes so quickly that anything you did learn or know is pretty much outdated and gone. It's all new. So I don't really have the attention span to continuously keep up with new technology. I mean, I know enough clearly I'm on the internet. Boomer. Okay, boomer.
Right.
Using Discord and, the social media platforms. Everything is like so easy now. It's like point and click. So, I mean,
Well,
I'm
I feel like
definitely
we
good
were
with that.
raised in that. You know what I mean? Like we were raised to that point, so it would be easy for us at this age.
Yeah. We built the internet. That's how when kids are like, why are you on the internet, boomer? I'm like, because I fucking helped build it.
I thought Al Gore built it. I thought he came up with the internet.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, Al Gore. Not trying to steal your thunder, but no, I think we, the people, kind of created the internet, to be honest, and
Du-
developed what it could be used for.
Double-edged sword with the internet. Like you're talking about the YouTube earlier with the scamming and whatnot. I think we've opened up doors where we can allow these scammers into our lives easier. But with people like you posting the scam baiting videos and things like that, trying to bring awareness to this, it's a big subject, right?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty prevalent, and awareness is definitely the big thing that I think all of us like. The scam baiting community is actually pretty big, and there are different little groups and stuff that communicate with each other, and and some others don't. But for the most part, we all share the same cause, which is number one, bringing awareness, because it's kind of common now. Most people have heard about the scam calls and stuff, but a lot of people, like about 5 years ago, especially older people or people who maybe aren't quite that smart, they were getting like hella money from people. Like this stuff actually was doing a real damage to people's loved ones and friends. And so basically, yeah, if we can make you laugh, that's great. Or some people are more serious about like getting into their systems and actually causing damage to the call centers. Or we will kind of mass call a place and get the call center shut down for the day or whatever. But the important part really is just awareness. So if you have friends and family that may be susceptible to such scams, make sure you are staying up to date online. And there's all kinds of different ones. With the COVID shit, like all of a sudden there were scams about that. Like it was ridiculous.
That's a
So yeah.
that's a good point though. Like, I don't know. I get freaking these robocalls like every other day, like 5 of them, I swear.
Yeah, they are definitely ramping it up. And that part of that is because a lot of people are aware now, so their basic scams just really aren't working as well. So they every time you evolve, they evolve too. Like they will come up with new scams, they will come up with new technology. Like it's not going to go away. They're going to continue to do it as long as they're getting money.
Right, and I mean, that's the nature of the beast. We had scammer, we had the 3-card money guy in the corner back in the day, you know?
Right. Or I mean, this goes clear back to ancient times. The charlatans who sell snake oil. Like yeah,
Oh yeah, good.
it's a thing.
Wavelength. I dig it. You took them words out of my mouth. That's funny.
It's one of the world's oldest professions, right up there with prostitution.
Which, by the way, guys, you can get my premium Snapchat $4.95 a month.
Yeah, where's that OnlyFans link, bro? Hook it up. Hook it up.
Act like you don't know it, Cap. Come on.
I'm subscribed.
You and I think Fading there in my Discord is about the only ones that subscribe to that.
That OnlyFans is hot, y'all. Go check it out. And oh shit, I just lost one of my 3 pairs of pants.
Boom! 1 down, 2 to go. This is going to be a fun time.
Aye.
So while we're on the subject of YouTube, you were briefly want to touch the subject. You got possibly new content coming up in the future?
Yeah, actually, I mean, I still call them and I still hang out with my scam baiting groups and we call all the time, but I just really haven't had time to edit content. But I did take some of my best recordings and stuff and I have them. I have been slowly working on making videos. So I'm just going to like wait until I have it all ready and then drop it. Probably I was going to do it at the beginning of the summer, but it's probably going to be the end of the summer.
Okay, well, something to look forward to, guys. And
yeah, I branched out and kind of went away from the Indian scammers and went a little more towards the West African scammers. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. A little Mombatu shit going on.
So speaking of YouTubes, is it just the one YouTube you have to promote right now?
Yep, just the one. I mean, I have other little hobby ones I started or was going to work on, but nah, I don't even have time for my main channel. So definitely just focusing on that.
Okay, so I was going to ask, sure. I got you.
Oh no, you can mention the I started originally I was putting different types of content on my one channel.
Okay.
But it just didn't seem to do well. Everybody was there for the scam baiting, so I removed the stuff that I made, which was more in the vein of my other artsy shit, spooky creepy shit. I did some like creepy pasta readings, fucking EVP recordings. I'm totally into like ghost hunter shit. I love it. I'm neither here nor there on like if you believe in ghosts or not, that's fine, whatever. But I still like not all the shows. Some of the shows are really cheesy, okay? Like I'm not down with Paranormal State, but like some of them are legit. I really liked TAPS Ghost Hunters. I actually met Grant Wilson at a Comic-Con and did a tour of the Shanghai tunnels in Portland with him on a group thing. It was really cool. But yeah, so I had a creepy channel I was working on and eventually may go back to. I may upload more things, but it's going to be a while. Do you like spooky ghosts?
I was going to say, do you like scary movies? Sorry, I'm gonna have to mess with my Discord in a moment. I'm trying to fix the permissions so we don't get the in and outs here. Cap went dead on us for a sec there. There we go.
Yeah. Sorry, I cut out again. What did you say about spooky ghosts?
I said, do you like scary movies?
I fucking love scary movies. I have seen probably almost, I'd say I've probably seen 70% of all scary movies ever made.
Well, let's touch on this subject a minute.
I am a connoisseur, if you will. It is my genre of choice.
So we're talking.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's. So you're into the occult. You're into the spooky. You're into the. What do you get frightened? Are you into the fears? Are you into the what draws you into the genre of horror, so to speak?
You know, it sucks. I wish I could get scared from scary movies. Again, probably overexposure, right? Desensitization. Jump scares still get me. Jump scares will still get me sometimes. I think the last movie I got really creeped out watching was a movie with, oh fuck, I can't think of the name of it. It was a movie with Kevin Bacon in it though, and he was a writer about true crime, and he moved his family into this house where a true crime had happened, and he was going to write a book on it. So they were just going to live there while he writes the book, and then he moves to another house and does the same thing. And then he finds all this. No, it's not Stir of Echoes, but I love that movie too. That's a great one. No, this one was a different one. I might see if I can find it for you in a minute. But anyway, it scared the shit out of me a little bit because I was watching it on my laptop in the dark with like a really good pair of Turtle Beaches on. And like, yeah, that one was probably the last one that got to me. It spooked me out. So I'll try to find the name of it. But yeah, other than that, I just watch pretty much anything. I don't know why I like it. I like it because I'm fucking weird. I like creepy shit.
I'm just curious if there's something specific that drew you into the genre. If it was like
no, I've always been that way. I guess maybe when I was real little, like my sister is much older than me, and she used to watch scary movies, and she'd let me watch them too. So maybe it's just kind of I've always just been like, oh, these are great. I don't know. I like dark, creepy shit. I myself am strange and unusual.
Well, little known fact that I too am in that boat. So let's start. What's your favorite area of, like, your, let's say, era of horror?
That's a tough one, really.
Top three, then?
Yeah, I guess we can go there. Hellraiser from the early on.
So like
that's one 80s? Of the earliest. Yeah, some of the shit in the 80s, I don't really like the slasher movies. Okay. I'm not really into the slasher. Like, I mean, I watched them all. Chainsaw Massacre, all that shit. Like, they're good and each have their points. Jason, Michael, etc. But I like more like the psychological, I think, ones. Like Hellraiser was good. Freddy, huge fan. I also met Robert Englund once. He was amazing. Love Freddy.
Jealous, first off. Mad jealous.
Oh, dude, he's so nice, and he talks so much because like I didn't want to like be in line that long because I'm like trying to be polite, you know, like, oh, hi sir, nice to meet you. He just talks to everybody. Like, he just chats about stories and life, and he's so nice, like the nicest person ever. And then the funny part is in between being nice, he'll break character and all of a sudden yell something out in Freddy and then go back to talking really nice. Like, it's freaky. It's freaky. Like, he'll be like, take the stupid picture, bitch. And then he'll like go back to being like, so what I was talking about with my trip to blah, blah, blah. And you're like, whoa, Freddy.
He's a character.
He was great. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, if he's at a Comic-Con, anybody out there who likes Freddy, definitely. It's worth like the $40 to go get a poster signed and meet him. He's great.
See, let me think here. He's on my list. I got Kane Hodder on my list. Bruce Campbell's on my list.
Bruce, baby. He actually lives up here, so he's always at our Comic-Cons.
I heard. He came out my way a couple years back, but so you go to the Comic-Cons, horror movie conventions, things like that?
You know, no, I've only really been to the one Comic-Con. It was just a really fun time. Nice. I would probably do it again, but they're expensive, man. Like, I dropped some money to go do that. Oh, I didn't realize it was my first time. I have friends who go every year into multiples, and they were like, you have to come. This is going to be so great. And they were right. But I ended up, I was like, damn, that's like going on a vacation to fucking out of state or something, though. It costs money.
Right. Yeah, they're a pretty penny. At least the ones I've seen.
I got like a hotel room and shit to hang out. Like, I probably spent way too much, but it was a lot of fun, and I would totally do it again.
I mean, if you're going to pee in the pool, you do it from the high dive, right?
Right. I was like, fuck it. And you know what got me to do it after all these years too? It was because Shatner was coming.
Yeah, good lead in. I'll
My
get to that.
hero.
Get to that in a minute. I want to
Okay,
finish
back to
up.
horror.
I want
Sorry.
to finish this up. You're good. Well, Shatner was in some horror. We can talk about that in a sec.
He
I'm pretty.
was. He was an American Psycho too. I don't know
Uh,
if anybody's seen that one with Mila Kunis. That was a good one. Or back to the old Twilight days, The Goblin on the Wing and the Plane.
mhm. You remember any more? Because I remember a couple.
What else you got?
There was one he was in. I'm pretty sure. I think it was with Ernest Borgnine. Uh, Devil's Reign, something like that. Was that Shatner?
Oh shit.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
were these older movies? I may not have seen these.
Kingdom of the Spiders. I'm not familiar with that one too well.
Okay, Doc, tell us what it is.
Well, you know. Uh,
You can link me later. I want to watch it. I'm like, I want to watch it now. Okay, Pants, I gotta go. I'm gonna go watch this movie I've never seen with Shatner in it.
What are you talking about? I'm streaming it right now.
Damn.
Hi,
No,
Matt.
but yeah,
Metal.
I don't think I've seen any of those. Like I said, the only two that popped to mind right now is the American Psycho 2 with Mila Kunis as the psycho, and he was the teacher. It was a good movie. If you guys haven't seen that one, you should watch it.
You know, speaking of not to, I want to speak on Shatner, but I want to switch back to the Hellraiser for a minute.
Love Hellraiser. Pinhead,
what
man. Oh my god. Hot.
what other like Hellraiser is a series of yours, right? Obviously, Pinhead's hot. I dig it.
Yeah, the
Is it?
funny thing about the Pinhead thing too is they meant for him to be scary. They actually said the response to him, especially from women, was that he was super hot, and they were like, "Oh, it's hot," and they were like, "What the hell? What is wrong with all of you?"
Mhm. Well, thank you,
True story.
Clive Barker.
True story.
It's the bondage, probably the whole chains and whips and pain is pleasure thing. People get
I don't
off on
know.
that, right?
He's just cool. I kind of want to be him.
Well, what other series are you into then? We got Hellraiser. What else you like?
Horror wise, let's see.
Yeah, just a couple movies, a series, whatever you got, whatever you feel like sharing.
I don't know. Like, I really don't get into the franchises and the series that much. I pretty much just
Cool.
watch everything. Like I said, for me, I really dig the more like dark psychological horror as opposed to the slasher stuff. So,
Okay, I was big into the slasher stuff, personally. You know,
yeah. What's your fave? Or one of
Jason.
them? You can't
Jason.
pick a favorite. I know.
Jason.
Jason?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Listen,
Talking now.
I feel bad for him. You know, think about this though. He was a kid killed at camp. This is his vengeful spirit coming back because some kids killed him.
It's pretty sad, actually, the story. Yeah. You kind of root for the guy. You're like, yeah, kill those fucking annoying, horny teenagers. Screw them.
And I know you had to see Freddy versus Jason though.
Oh, of course. Yeah. And I was
When
definitely glad that Freddy won. Perhaps you were not.
when they faced off, they brought. I think they brought a more childlike Jason out with that one.
They did. You know, both characters, to me, Freddy felt a little off, too. I feel like they kind of changed the characters a little bit for the movie as opposed to making the movie about the characters, but it was still good. Oh god, but if you like Jason, we got to talk about Jason in space, bro.
Jason X is the best one. What are you talking about? It's just as good as Leprechaun in space.
Oh my god, I love Leprechaun in space too. We're
Fucking
such nerds.
Leprechaun in Vegas is those limericks he was shooting in that one. You remember that?
I fucking love Leprechaun. Yes, absolutely. Leprechaun in the Hood. All of it. It's great. I love Little Leprechaun. I have a penchant for small people.
I will not mention that.
I know, and usually I like using the word because I think it sounds cute. I don't mean it as derogatory, but I will not use the M word because they don't like that. They are little people. I'm a big fan of little people. I think they're awesome.
Did I ever tell you about the time I was at a midget wrestling match? And that's what they called it.
No. But well, yeah, they do. Like some of them are okay with it, and they're like, "What? It's fine." And then some of them get offended by it. So I just try to keep it PC. But yeah, midgets are great. I love them.
Say whatever. I don't like people. I use loose terminology. People can add their own definition to it, no matter what.
Chances are there's no little people watching right now. But if there are, and somebody gets offended that I said midget, please feel free to write me. In fact, can we be best friends because I love little people. All right, there we go. Disclaimer: midgets are
Oh,
great.
I approve. I did see some at one of those ICP festivals I used to frequent. They were doing a wrestling match. Dude got pretty vicious with a staple gun and like stapled $30 to his nutsack for like a minute.
Dude, some of them are crazy, especially the boys, the younger
Yeah.
guys. They're still just young males. They do some crazy shit, and you're like, little homie, what are you doing? You need to calm yourself. But they're so funny and they're so much fun. Like a lot of the little people have like some of the best sense of humor. It's great.
Oh, I find that's anybody, honestly. Like, I have a disabled brother, and he was always like, his humor about stuff is ridiculous. Oh my God. I don't want to repeat things here because I felt a little weird when he said shit to me, but I'm like, what's you know what I mean?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. So that's funny. Wishmaster, how about them?
Yeah, I'm down with the Wishmaster. I always liked. I mean, they're old and they're cheesy now. If you go
Of
back and watch them
course.
now, you're like, oh my god, that was so cheesy. But back in the day when you watched them, you were like, oh my god, that was dark and twisted and great.
I feel like growing up in that 90s era into the teenage years and being able to see horror at that point and where it's progressing, we were very lucky to experience that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because now, I mean, movies in general now, I feel like nobody's really creative, and I'm not sure if that's because of like Hollywood's not taking chances on things anymore because of the change of like box office and all that.
Right.
Or if it's because people are really just like, we've thought of everything, we can't think of anything else. But it seems there's a lack of creativity when it comes to horror these days.
Oh, I agree. I was reading the chat for a minute.
You're fine.
If anyone has questions, by the way, make sure you tag me so I can read them out and ask ask questions to Cap. There we go. Warlock met at Mad Metal Man. That was a great series. Wishmaster, Warlock. What else we got? Let's check the chat real quick because I know they've been throwing stuff in here. It looks like I rate head. Have you ever seen any Ari Ater films? Is that what that says? Ariater. Cap, are you familiar with that? Did we lose you again?
No, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, Irate's asking about some Ari Ater films. I've never even heard of them. I don't know if you're familiar.
Sorry, I was just doing something. Yeah, what's up? No, I just missed the last part that you said. It cut out.
Oh, you're fine. I'm trying to read this. Ariater. Is that what it is? Ari Aster? Okay. I can't. The type is way too small on this screen. Irate's asking if you're familiar with those. I don't know.
I don't. Okay, let me see chat. No, what are you talking about, IP? What are you talking about, IP? Aster. Feet pics.
Aster. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Thank you.
I tell you what, IP. If you join old Pantsless Ninjas OnlyFans over here, I'll give him a picture of my feet to put on there. You got to go to Pants Ninjas OnlyFans. That's where it's at, IP.
I'll post some links. Closer to the end of the show there.
You should make one and just have pictures of pants. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I'll post random people's feet.
Yeah, don't tell anybody whose they are. Just random feet and pictures of pants that you've stolen.
Well, I might have a small collection.
If you do it, I'll take off my second pair right now. I'll dedicate them.
Fuck.
Ninjas OnlyFans.
Done. It'll happen after the show.
Fucking great.
That's 2. 1 more to go.
That's 2. One more to go.
And then you'll be on my level.
Right, and then the show ends.
And then the show ends. And then we're not going to talk about that. All right. Let's see.
And then.
So back to William Shatner and your love affair with Shatner.
He's a god of a man.
Is
Shatner. He's beautiful. When I was younger, I was totally into the original Star Treks, really young, actually. I think my grandparents used to watch it, and that's probably where I found it. I mean, I was somehow in my head, I got it stuck that I want to watch Star Trek. But my first two crushes as a young lass was Adam West's Batman and Shatner in the original Star Trek. Those were my first crushes ever. So that's how my love affair with Shatner began.
Mm,
It's ended in him having a restraining order against me, and I know he's just playing hard to get. It's okay. We're gonna be together. I can only write my name in blood on his driveway so many times before he knows I'm serious.
right.
Uh, it's gonna be okay. He loves me.
Well, did you try stuffing his cat in his mailbox yet?
Not yet. We'll get there. He really likes horses, so I think I'm just gonna buy him a horse, and
No.
like
Okay.
maybe that'll work. We'll see. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I
Hopefully he
usually.
doesn't die anytime
Oh,
soon because he's old as shit. He's like 85, 86. So,
he'll be fine.
yeah. Oh, Shatner.
I was just
The
watching
Shatman.
his tweets yesterday.
Oh, he is fucking lit on Twitter, dude. That guy, he's one of like the best celebrities I think to follow on Twitter because he just says whatever the hell he wants, and he does interact with people, and like he'll be quiet all day, and then like for like an hour every day, he just goes off on Twitter. It's great.
Yeah. Freaking. So, speaking of horror movie, Halloween, actually, his Michael Myers mask is a William Shatner mask. It's been blanked out.
This is true. Yes. Fun fact. It was indeed a William Shatner mask. That is his face that it was based off of.
So, I'm more surprised that you didn't mention Michael Myers this entire time.
Again, I mean, I am a fan. I like them all, but to me, that's
It's a,
kind of a slasher.
it's a slasher. I
It's a
get it.
slasher.
But what if William Shatner was in a slasher? Because that's pretty much what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of was with American Psycho too. So,
Right? So, pick.
I mean, pick what?
I was gonna
Pick a
say,
slasher.
not pick a slasher, but like, you got to pick a side here. If it's William Shatner, you might make an exception. You're saying maybe.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I
Yeah.
do watch. I will watch the slashers, and I do like some of them. I do feel the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre was one of the best movies of its times.
Oh, okay.
The original was hardcore for when it came out. Let's see what else is there that I really liked. I didn't hate the Rob Zombie movies. I would call those a slasher.
They feel like grindhouse flicks to me. You know.
Yeah, it's like a mix though. It was weird enough and like creepy enough that I was like, okay, this is all right. I didn't hate those. I liked those. Um, there's some good ones. There are some decent ones. If they
Well,
put enough of a plot in there, I'll still be like into it.
I
Just need
just
some
was
story.
a good plot fixes everything, right?
It does.
I'm looking Hereditary, Midsommar. Hmm.
Ugh, I watched that. Did you watch that?
Okay. I have not watched. I've heard of Hereditary, but I haven't watched it.
The Midsummer one.
I have not.
Dude, it's not what I expected. It's weird. It's fucking weird. Let's just go there. I feel like some people are either gonna love it or hate it. It wasn't necessarily scary. Like it
Okay.
wasn't like oh my god, I'm terrified. This is spooky. This is scary. It was just like really like dark and I don't even know like how I wasn't like this is the best movie ever, but I was impressed with the creativity. Again, people don't really do original shit very often. It was original. I will give them that. The entire thing was kind of its own deal.
Yeah, it's like you were saying earlier, though. Nowadays, it's like all remakes and reboots, and
Yeah, or even if it's new, they follow a format, the basic format that's been established, which I would say was the format established in the 80s. Yeah.
I feel like the 70s and 80s are responsible for horror being even prevalent in the film industry.
Definitely. Yeah, that was kind of the heyday and when people were like, okay, we can do this.
Like I remember Freddy. The first horror movie I ever saw like that was Nightmare on Elm Street: Dream Warriors. I was like mad young.
Yeah, it was the era where, like I said, they were just kind of fleshing out all of that kind of stuff. So I mean, everything was new
Mm-hmm.
and it was stuff you hadn't seen before. So it was really, even if the movie wasn't that great, it was kind of like interesting and captivating because you're like, what is going on here? Now you kind of see the formula like in every new movie, and you're like, okay, I already know what's going on here.
Right.
But
It's pretty standard, huh?
yeah, yeah.
So speaking of movies, I hear that you have a man crush on a certain Riddick.
I do. Yeah, I see. I have man crushes. The pinhead thing kind of too. Like I don't want to do them really. I just kind of want to be them. But yeah, no, I love sci-fi as well. I'm definitely into sci-fi. Anything that kind of crosses over between sci-fi and horror, I'm down for 100%. I'm a
Oh yeah.
big like space aliens nerd too. I do enjoy that genre of things. Yeah, I like the one with the necromongers. I really like the necromongers. In
Necromongers.
fact, oh my god, in fact, okay, so going back to the LARP thing, I was
Sure.
given a lord title, right?
Okay.
Which was, yeah, I'm a lord, man. I was given a
Lord
title.
Kerosive.
Lord. Yeah, well, troubles. It's troubles, you see.
Oh.
But technically girls are usually lady instead of lord, but I insist on being called lord, and I actually changed it to Lord Marshall in all of the because I was able to have access to the thing like for your credits and stuff online. So I changed
Okay.
everything and I make everybody call me Lord Marshall Troubles. It's great.
That's great.
I
Absolutely.
insist. Like they'll be like Lord and I'm like, not just Lord. Lord Marshall. They have to call me that.
Well,
Yeah,
so
I'm weird.
no. I'm thinking. So the man crush is more like an idol kind of situation for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think certain characters like you relate to, even as little boys, same thing, right? You get your hero that you like. Some little boys
Oh
are like,
yeah.
I want to be Spider-Man. I want to be Superman. Well, I'm a girl. I know I can never be fucking Spider-Man or Superman, but yeah, I have
Well,
my man crushes.
Kerosive in this day and age, you can be whatever you want.
Yeah, I guess things are changing. I'm older. I'm set in my ways. Definitely not gonna go through the process to become a big beefy cool person, but but you know, I can definitely still have my imaginative man crushes. So yeah,
I wanted to be Hulk Hogan when I was a kid.
right? He was cool.
I was
That's a
a
good choice.
hardcore Hulkamaniac.
Good choice. Good choice.
Were you into wrestling at all?
A smidge bit again in the '90s.
Sure.
I had a friend who was really into it that lived like right next door. So I would go over and watch wrestling with him and his friends and stuff. And I was like, okay, I got kind of sucked into it. Like I didn't even know what wrestling was all about. It's like basically boy soap operas. Like
Right.
they had like all these drama stories, and I was like, okay, this is really cheesy, but I'm down.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
probably I was a fan of like I mean, who doesn't like Stone Cold, man? Stone Cold Steve Austin, you know, crushing beer cans. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that dude's cool. I mean, The Rock to some extent. I do like The Rock. He's gone on to do other things. I'm still a fan. He's a good dude. I
Solid
think
guy.
my favorite though that I was like, oh, okay, now this I can get behind was Al Snow with Head. The
Yes.
guy with the mannequin head, and he'd come out, and it was, "What do we want? Head. When do we want it? Now. Head, head." Yeah, that guy. Big fan of that. I thought that was clever and just like so bizarre. So again, I'm really into weird shit. It was weird enough it made me follow it, but not anymore. It's been a long time since I've watched that.
Is it bad that I don't find anything you're talking about weird? It's pretty
Uh,
normal.
I guess that makes me feel better. It makes me feel better about being a weirdo.
I don't
So
know.
yeah,
I,
maybe you're weird, or maybe we're not weird at all.
oh, I fucking guarantee you I am.
Okay, so we're just weird. It's cool. But
Well,
yeah, I don't watch it anymore. I know some people are really into it, and
I
it seems like
stopped.
that's had a resurgence. I feel like too. I feel like in the last like 5 years, all of a sudden people are back into wrestling.
Well, maybe I haven't watched it like you were saying. It's been a long time. Um,
Yeah, the only sport I actually watch, which I mean, wrestling's kind of a sport, is NFL. I'm into football.
oh,
I like football.
and your team would be?
Do I have to admit it online?
No,
Shit.
I'll admit mine if you
No,
admit
no,
yours.
It's fine. Everybody already knows. I cry all the time on Twitter about it during football season. I am a Vikings fan. Minnesota Vikings all the way. Have been since I was a wee little lass watching it with my pops, and still am. So, yep. Go Purple People Eaters. Skull.
You got a one up on me. I was a Redskins fan.
Oh, yeah, that's even worse.
But Joe Gibbs.
But not by much. So if you said Bengals or like the Cleveland Browns, then I'd have a really good laugh at you. But I mean, Redskins are pretty on par with the Vikings.
When I was a kid, they were winning Super Bowls.
Right. I mean, they have their years, right? This last year, you guys actually did pretty good.
I heard. I stopped paying attention. I used to pay attention to football, and then I don't know. I got busy with other stuff.
Yeah. I think actually, I'd have to go back and look, but I think your team actually beat my team in a game this year.
Well, I don't know if my buddy Mr. Huggins is in the chat, but he's a Redskins fan. He knows more about this stuff than me.
We got a sea chicken fan in the chat. Get out of here, Stone Monkey. You get out of here with that.
That's not a real team.
Saints, oh dog, the Saints are like one of my team's arch nemesis ever since that what was it, like 6 years ago, where they made that kick. They made a field goal to go on to the game before the Super Bowl, or to the Super Bowl it might have even been, and screwed my Vikings over. And there was a group of old ladies behind me at the bar that just kept going, who dat, and I really wanted to beat up an old lady, but I didn't, because I'm a nice person.
Did you play any sports when you were younger?
No, not seriously. I mean, I think I did a little soccer, a little basketball, in like little school, but no. High school, I was in drama club and on the yearbook team. Yeah, I'm that
nice. Nerd. I was gonna say you're doing better than me.
Yeah. It's extracurricular activities.
I took a couple years of like UFC ground fighting, and I was doing that for a while.
Oh, cool.
I was like 16.
That's hard stuff, though. Yeah, that's kind of a young person's thing, man. Like, you got to get into that stuff young and really, like, commit to it, or just not.
It's been a hobby since. I still, once in a while, after a couple beers, me and some buddies will get together and be like, all right, we're sparring. I don't care that we're almost,
Old enough to get broken. Doesn't matter. Let's do this.
I'm going to tell you, my pops is almost 80, okay? And he's still rowdy as whatever. My pops, former Vietnam veteran, okay? He was a sniper in Vietnam, right? Marines.
He ain't playing.
No, he got with these bikers. I'm not going to talk about everything, so, I'm sure.
Right. We'll keep it vague.
I'm sure whatever happened is way past the statute of limitations, so. I'm for real. Like.
Oh my goodness. I can only imagine the stories. It sounds very similar to some people I know. Sounds like a fun guy.
That's what I'm saying, Kay. Like, I'm feeling a vibe, and I just want to roll with it a minute.
You got it.
So, he got back from Nam and was rolling with these bikers, yada, yada. He got locked up for a bit. My pops broke out of prison one day. Him and his buddy fucking beat up a guard, grabbed two of the chicks that were in one of the other, like, lockups, took the guard's car, and disappeared. They didn't catch him for, like, a week or so.
Had a good time, I bet. That sounds like fun.
Well, he got 30 days in a hole for it.
Worth it, man. Worth it. I love that they had the wherewithal to pick up a date first. That's great.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. Like, let's go pick up some bitches, though, from the other side real quick, and then we'll go.
my pops was something else, man. But he's one of the kindest guys. But he's still got that little bit of fierce streak in me. And I have a feeling when I'm that old, yeah.
That's right.
I got the vibe, Cap. I'm trying to say, yeah. So don't ever think that you're too old for something.
That's right. Still young. Okay, that's why I like hanging out with old people too, like legit old, right? Over 60.
Yeah.
Older. Because they will still call you kid. They're like, yeah, you're just young still. You don't know you're a kid. I'm like, oh, thank you. Tell me again. Tell me again I'm just a kid. Because, yeah, I like that.
I was going to say, I'm going to start calling you kiddo. I am technically older than you.
I guess I can't call you young man then. Or I won't.
You call me whatever you want, Cap. I'll still come around.
What's up, son?
There you go. What's up, Sean?
Young Guns, what's going on?
Sung Waldy. Man. So let's on that subject, I guess, of the slang talk reminded me of something. So music wise, when you were younger, what were you into? And what are you into now? Like, are you big into the music scene at all?
Nah, this one's not going to be much fun for you.
That's cool.
Music wise, especially like when you're a teenager or shit, people are like really about bands and music. I really
Yeah.
never was.
Okay.
Super like about anything in particular. One interesting thing, my best friend, who's still my best friend and has been since I was 12, she was very into and this is in the 90s, mind you, rap, hip hop. So Tupac, Biggie Smalls, all that shit. And I was more like into Nine Inch Nails, Kurt Cobain, the fucking grunge and stuff.
I feel.
So like our two worlds kind of blended musically. So we would listen to both and go to different concerts from both. So that really was kind of my stuff. I am definitely a fan of the gangster rap of yesteryear. New rap
Okay.
and new hip hop. I have an issue with like I can't really get into it. Some of it's been all right. I've found a few artists that I can follow, but the hip hop for me I think has gone downhill. I don't know. Music is a weird blend now. It's almost like it's a blend of everything. I do like, of course, I mean, everybody grows up with their parents' music, right? So Pink Floyd, all the 70s shit, definitely a huge
All
fan.
the good stuff, you mean, right?
Oh, yeah. I'll put on some Otis Redding and just chill. Like, I mean, I do love, like, all the older stuff as well. I'm eclectic when it comes to music. I'll pretty much listen to anything. Not a huge country fan, but I'm not gonna lie. You put on some Garth Brooks, I know the words. Like, I do know it.
You're familiar
There's
with
some,
it, but it's not something you jam at the house.
yeah, I wouldn't tune it in on purpose, but if it comes on, I'm not gonna change the station necessarily. Like,
Feels.
yeah, I think music's awesome, and I will listen to pretty much anything.
Well, the reason I ask is a lot of the reason I showed up on YouTube was, related to music, related to all this stuff, and I just like to get a take on people in general. You usually can tell a person an idea of what they're thinking, who they are, by what they're currently listening to, so to speak, I guess.
It's true. It says a lot about a person, like what kind of music they're into and stuff, or their vibes or their mood, or. But yeah, well, I guess mine does too. I listen to everything. Like I am a space case. I'm very eclectic when it comes to things. I like all things.
People like us are jack of all trades. You know what I mean?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You gotta dabble.
There's a few of us out there. I know a few.
Variety, man. Variety is the spice of life when it comes to anything. Hobbies, this, that, or the other thing. If you keep doing the same thing, you feel stagnant. You got to switch it up.
Right.
You can come back to stuff. You can come back to it later, but sometimes you just got to do something new.
Can't set limitations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you draw inspiration from for, I guess, are your artistic endeavors?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I'm a really high energy person. Like I do have a lot of energy. I'm not like a spaz level of high energy, but like I don't like to be bored, so I just find ways to entertain myself, and that's one of them. I'm self-entertained.
Self-sufficient in entertainment. I can understand that.
For sure. Plus, I mean, like, I don't know, like I work a full-time job, so I don't have like a shit ton of free time to like make plans or go like out and do like big things a lot. So like to keep from going insane, art's good.
It's a good creative process. Now, on work, this is a question I've asked a few people over the years, and it's something I just like to ask. It's, do you work to live or do you live to work?
Right? It's kind of a weird one with that for me. I don't know because I love my job so fucking much.
Right.
And I get to actually like there's a lot of downtime, so I get to work on hobbies and things while I'm there too. So it's kind of become like a home away from home for me. So it's pretty comfortable, and I would say that I don't feel like I wake up and I'm like, fuck, I gotta go to work. I mean, sometimes everybody does, right? Like sometimes you just don't want to go to fucking work. But I actually like my job. So, but when it comes down to it, it's definitely you gotta you got to work to live, because what are you going to do? But I'm not a workaholic by any
Okay.
means.
That's a fair answer. I think we got a good take on what that is. I
Okay.
almost want to ask Trippy's question, but I'm saving that for later.
Oh, God.
Do you remember the Trippy's question? You already answered.
Oh! Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we'll save that for later. I still
That'll
have a
be
pair of
fun.
pants on.
Yeah, I gotta wait. I'm working on it. See, the way I work is we ease into it until the Jello pudding truly takes effect.
Dude, I'm down with that. You got some pudding pops with the extra surprise in it. I go to the bar, I leave my drink unattended on purpose. Nobody's ever put any good drugs in it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
We're going to the
Like
wrong bars.
I keep trying to get these spiked beverages, but fuck, nobody wants to put anything in it. Damn it.
I'm gonna say goodnight to Bunny. Thanks for coming out, Bunny. You can catch the rest of this later if you want. Just saying. Thumbs up and like,
Bye,
guys.
Bunny.
We love you guys. Nice crowd tonight, by the way. See, I told you bring in some fans.
I can't even see it right now. Sorry, chat. I'm not looking at chat.
You're
but yeah,
cool.
I mean, we all have a pretty. I mean, most of these people, like I said, I already know. I know IP was here, and I did a quote unquote. I don't want to call it an interview. I'm not that interesting, man. A sit down shitty chat between fellow YouTubers, and it's a good time. Did that with IP as well. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've found that YouTube's actually kind of a small world, man. Like I've been in I like to hang with different circles, different communities.
Mm-hmm.
And I've found sometimes that like I'll go into one and they'll actually know some scam baiters and things. They're like, "Oh, I watch this and that." And like, I mean, it's small. Everybody knows everybody kind of.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, like Pickle brought me to meet Trippy, and them guys. I met you, and I met everybody else.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You'll quote unquote meet, right? Let's online. Let's not get it twisted. But you fucking meet somebody sometimes, and you're like, "Oh yeah, nice to meet you," and you're like, don't even know them, but then you start talking, and you realize that you know mutual people, or like different channels, or you know, certain even communities off of YouTube. There are like online communities and things where you're like, "Oh, okay, like that person knows me." It's kind of a small internet world.
It really is. I got drug into this. Like I said, started with interviews, running this little DJ show. I just like to talk. I like to learn, and I like to have fun.
Well, yeah, and YouTube's great like that too. And I mean, I know it's gone downhill since Apocalypse. It's no longer the golden years, whatever. I get that.
Right.
But at the same time, pretty much anybody can upload anything still. And you have it's an outlet to be creative, Do you want to like make art, or whether you're into music or whatever? Like I think the concept of YouTube is fucking amazing. And I definitely hope to see either this platform like progress and get to the point where it feels like that again, or like perhaps new platforms will come up and do the same. But I mean, the you in YouTube was what I always found fascinating about it before I even bothered to post a video myself. Like, and you can go on here and there are channels with like, there's like nobody watching, but like they're the funniest shit ever, or they're just so bizarre, or like, I mean, there's a little bit of everything on YouTube, and I really love that.
Yeah, the variety. Once again, we go back to that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It seems to me, like you were saying, you don't want just one thing. You want a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Hell yeah, life's too short. You gotta experience things one way or another.
Preaching to the fucking choir. You guys hear that now. Go experience something new today.
Let's go experience shit. Y'all want to LARP? Come on over. We'll hit each other with foam sticks. It'll be fun.
I'm talking about getting a virtual little RPG game going on, guys. So anyone interested, holler at you, Ninja.
Hell yeah.
I haven't played in about 10, 12 years, but I'm down. Get a couple beers, do a live stream.
Shit, yeah.
I'm trying to catch up with chat for a moment. Oh, if you're out there, say hi. If you got questions, just do the @PantsNinja thing in the chat, and I'll check you out, see what you got going on. Man, I hope you're enjoying yourself, by the way, Kerosive, because we still got a little ways to go.
Absolutely. Even if this wasn't live, I'd still be just chilling and chatting, man. It was a good time.
You did say
I like hanging out with people. Yeah, right? I did. That's right. I got all day for you, boo.
Ninja feels special for a moment. I'll take it. Shit. Still here, fam. Irate, my man. I want to say like I've never been interviewed before Irate and DocGriffon sat me down, and that was one of the best experiences I've had on both accounts. Like honestly,
They are fun people to talk to as well. Indeed.
I just want to shout them out real quick because I'm gonna fangirl over those two,
Absolutely.
like for real.
I am a huge fan myself. Please do shout them out. Anybody who is not already subscribed, go subscribe to them right now.
Yeah, do
right
it.
fucking now.
You guys network a little bit in the chat. Come on.
It don't hurt to push a button. Just fucking push that button, man.
Push your button, lose your pants. Come on. Help me get Cap's third pair of pants off. Come up with a good question, guys.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Turish. Shout out to you, Turish. That's the man right there.
Turish is good people.
So, I heard that you were into a little bit of trash TV.
Oh, yeah. I do. I do like watching trash TV. Different degrees of it. Okay, so the girly side, right? Okay, you got the housewives. There's only two that I like to watch, and it's New Jersey and OC. I will watch those old bitches all day long. I don't know why or how I ended up watching it, but I will. Again, with the little people, I watch the Little Women of LA. That's great. It's kind of like Housewives, but with midgets. Fantastic. I love, this is a weird one, but Vanderpump Rules. It's fucking ridiculous. What else do I watch? Below Deck. Oh my god, I love that one. Do you watch Below Deck? Do you watch it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? It's so great.
I'm gonna tell you a quick little story.
Captain Lee, Stud of the Sea. Let's do it.
I only know about it because there's a guy I work with. He's all about this trash TV stuff, and every day I work with him. Oh my god, I gotta tell you about this lady. And so there was this one line he was saying. It was something about my hands aren't knives, but they work just as well, or something like that. Going off on these quotes from these crazy house ladies.
Oh man, it's one of those. That's great that it's a guy too. I love it.
Oh yeah, well,
Well, does he have a girlfriend? Hey Tater, hey, we'll watch some Housewives sometimes.
I don't think that's gonna happen, Cap.
He ain't got no girlfriend?
No.
Okay, well, because I was gonna say a lot of the times this will happen. I may have done this to somebody I know and love. But like the girlfriend will watch the shit, right? And she's like, I'm sorry, but I'm taking over the TV right now. It's time for me to watch my shows. And the poor boyfriend's subjected to it, so he ends up having to listen to it and then ends up following it. So then the next week he's like, is that show on?
Yeah.
Like it happens. Like you'll get sucked into some of them vicariously through your bitches, is what I'm saying. Your bitches will make you watch shit that you don't think you're going to like, but you kind of like.
And we do it because we love them.
But if Tater ain't got no fucking girlfriend, I don't know. But either way, I'll watch Housewives with him.
We ain't talking about that. I'm just saying. Anyways, I know the feeling though. Many women that I've dated have gotten me into some of the most obscure shit that I never thought I'd get into.
Right?
I know about the OC.
Vicky all day.
Oh my god. That's a long time ago. I'm just gonna say anything Jersey. Jersey girls get me in trouble first off. Let me just put that.
Did you watch Jersey Shore? You got a thing for the Jersey girls. They're feisty. They're spicy.
They are, trust me. I have a
and they like looking good.
I have a thing for, I don't know. See, I dated a girl that was I still love this girl to death. She's a sweet person. One of the nerdiest girls I've ever met in my entire life. As self-described at that point. I'm not saying this, you know what I mean? And then I've dated your typical Jersey girl. I've dated the the townies. I've dated, dating and other things. I'm going to just say dating. Yeah,
we get it. We know. There's degrees of dating.
I'm not one to kiss and tell and give details, all right? I'm a gentleman.
That's a good boy.
I'll just leave it at that. But there's been a variety, like you said. We need a little variety in life,
For sure. That's how you know what you gotta, refine your taste. You gotta try a little of this. You gotta try a little of that. You find your right flavor of ice cream. Jersey girls.
They get me in trouble is all I'm saying.
I can see that though, because like I said, they're feisty and they like to look good. That's a fun combination.
I say
They're
that.
fiery. They're fiery.
I like a little fight, not a fight, but like, you got to be confident a little bit, just a little bit.
For sure.
I don't want like high maintenance,
And I don't think anybody does.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
there's people that live for high maintenance.
well, as I say, there's two different types of Jersey girls, though. So, like, the ones you're talking about are the more fun ones. The other type are the ones that are like, unless you put a diamond ring on my finger and bring in money, I don't want you. That's a little different, right?
It's a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Two different types.
Well, that's just the gold digging status,
Yeah, which is a Jersey thing.
Well, it's not just a Jersey thing, but it's.
Oh no, I guess that's an everywhere thing, isn't it?
Shit, it is. It's a life thing.
Shit. But yeah, man, some of that trash TV is good stuff. You learn things about places. See.
I've learned a lot. Jersey ain't too far from here, and I've been there a couple times, and it's entertaining to me. I don't know. Jersey is entertaining.
I bet you can relate to this on the trash TV thing. So where my love of trash TV came from, of course, being children of the 90s, so to speak,
Right.
Jerry Springer.
Oh, okay. I watched Springer. I used to watch
the godfather of trash TV, right? Like, that was the era that created this whole, like, it went from the talk shows, which, I mean, there was, like, Oprah and Sally and stuff before, but this was, like, the new level of talk show that became, like, reality TV. It's
Ricky
like Jerry
Lake
Springer, Richard Bay, Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones, fucking
Jenny
that
Jones.
shit.
Yeah.
Jenny Jones had the craziest stories and all the weirdest stuff. Like, they would find these weird people and bring that to TV, and I think that's where reality TV really got its start.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, it was Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian." I'm like, no. You go way, way farther back. It was Jerry Springer, babe.
Well, like Doc's saying in the chat, I was going to bring that up too. Donahue was a big one back in the day.
Oh yeah, Donahue. Oh fuck, Geraldo.
Yeah, Geraldo was the big one. I remember when he did the.
He was controversial.
Vault.
The what?
He did Al Capone's vault. They were looking for Al Capone's vault or something. Like that. You remember that shit?
Some crazy shit. Yeah, for sure. I do. I feel like that was when reality TV got its start.
It truly does. I'm not a big like real life watch my life type thing, but I can get down with some Springer.
I am, only if it's weird.
Yeah,
like
Guar on there. Guar's got to be on there for me.
Oh, or here's one for you too, and this is really bad, but I like to watch Intervention when I'm drinking.
Yes. Okay, sure.
And I'll drink while I watch it. Or I like to watch Hoarders when I clean my house. And I talk mad shit when I do it too. It's horrible. I'm like, oh, you're a junkie? That must suck. I'm glad I just drink a beer. Ha ha ha. Or, oh, look at your house, you pig. Look at my nice pretty. I'm so bad. I watch those.
Make yourself feel better, right?
Well, it's like a motivation thing. I don't know. Plus, they're fascinating. So it's just a pastime.
Humans.
Dude, if I watch anything like about the anorexics, it makes me so hungry, and I'll sit there and like eat cookies and be like, "I'm eating a cookie, bitch. Don't you wish you had a cookie? Ha ha ha, silly bitch." Like, I'm so bad. I will trash talk my TV. So, yeah, that's the thing.
Beautiful, though. I had a habit of that myself. Like you said, motivation.
Yeah, for sure.
Motivation.
And you gotta put something on in the background.
Women will get you into some crazy shit, guys, if you haven't figured that out yet. I'm just saying. Let's just leave it at that. So speaking of crazy shit, trash TV, some people at work decided to make me watch Tiger King. Have you seen it?
Absolutely, I've seen it. In fact, I just watched the newest episode, quote unquote, which was just a recap kind of last night with some friends, and it was fantastic. Yeah, Tiger King. What did you think?
So...
Are you a Carol fan or are you a Joe fan? Which side are you on?
I'm always partial to the name Joe. I'm just going to say that.
I think he came out the hero in this somehow. Everybody loves Joe.
I don't know. He definitely, like, I know some bitchy, some bitchy guys like that, you know? He definitely seems like a bitchy type. Like
he's a queen. He's a queen.
Yeah, that's the word. Thank you, a queen.
Mm-hmm. Everybody around him is going to be his subject, and you just keep that straight, and you're fine.
Right?
You know, it's so fascinating though, because first of all, you're like, that's that community shit though, right? You're like,
Yep.
I never knew there was this community of big cat fucking people that like all have flame wars with each other and shit. This is fantastic. Like they're in Florida in different states, but they're all like it's a community. So that
Yep.
was really interesting. The characters themselves were definitely interesting, and I liked the paradoxical nature of it, so to speak, because like you've got this
Ooh.
guy Joe, right? Like, and and you're like he did do a bunch of really cool shit, and like he's a nice guy to some extent, and like he was trying to help people out. But then on the flip side, he's like this meth head that like fucking does weird shit and try to get somebody killed. You know, like there's that like weird paradox there, and I feel like they had that with most of those characters on there. There was this strange it felt very backwoodsy hillbilly, but at the same time, like not like I don't know. I was into it. I liked it.
I'm gonna tell you, if the internet were real, it would be Joe Exotic.
Right? A little bit of everything. Oh, I
That's
see you,
how I
Uzi.
feel.
I gotta agree with that too. And it's kind of funny because they did not really touch on or talk about the actual animals very much or that whole situation. The
Nope.
animals were innocent. We love the cats. And that's kind of a flip side of the coin too. Like nobody wants to see a wild animal in captivity, but at the same time, like they're dying in the nature. So I mean, we do need somebody to breed them and keep them. And it's one of those things. It's all weird. Like
We need a
that
balance.
show was deep. That show was deep on all levels. They really didn't get into the cats that much, but it's a fascinating topic as well.
I'm gonna say there was a few parts that I was like, "What the fuck?" Like at the funeral, like, what the fuck? I don't want to give too many spoilers, okay? But I'm gonna say, "What the fuck?"
I think everybody's seen it. It's okay. Go for it.
Most have. I'm just
If you haven't seen Tiger King, quit watching right now because we're going to talk about Tiger King for a minute.
for a minute or two. I'm not gonna say like go out and stop your day and watch the show, but if you got some time, I feel like it's entertaining. And like she was talking about, like Kerosive here was saying, like the characters, and that's what they are. They're freaking characters. It's a
Oh, yeah.
dramatization of the whole event. They don't talk about the animals, but that fucking bitch Carol.
Oh my god. The mannequin? Oh, that
Yeah,
was so cringy. I was like, this guy filmed that and put it online? What are you doing? Stop it.
that reminds me of a movie from the early '90s. Like that whole like there was a scene like the underground scene, like Trauma Entertainment, Full Moon Entertainment did all these like low budget things. That's what that reminded me of. Like we're back in
Yeah,
the '90s.
for real. It was that quality too, because the cameras. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you called it. Nailed it.
Shout out to Mad Metal, by the
Oh,
way. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you, man.
a
Get at
moment.
me. Get at me when you can. I got to powwow with you about a little show idea.
Fuck yeah.
We, we might actually. I'm trying to get something started up talking about like the whole horror scene, like grindhouse movies, B movies, a few things like that. Trying to gather a couple cats for that. That's another
That'd be
show
a
from
good
down the
one.
road. Yeah, you know. I might.
Yeah, and speaking of the Tiger King thing too, the
Yes.
other thing
Let's
is
get back to this.
it's technically a documentary, right? And I love this
Okay.
because there's people this like everybody has watched this fucking thing, right? Like it kind of went quote unquote viral,
It
right?
did. It really did.
But I love it because I've always been into like watching weird ass documentaries, totally
Mm,
about it. So like some people who always were like, "Oh, I hate documentaries. Documentaries are boring."
fuck them.
Well, you just watched that shit, didn't you? That's a fucking documentary in itself. So now you're gonna love them, and they're gonna go watch weird shit too, and I'm not gonna feel alone.
Oh, you're
So
never alone.
thank you, Tiger King, for making people watch documentaries. You know what I'm saying? There's some weird documentaries out there. I love it.
There are. There's a lot. I'm trying to
I'm a
think of one.
fan.
Uh, I used to watch like the serial killer ones, obviously, shit like that. I've watched a lot of like.
Murder porn.
Well, I might have made a few movies. We don't talk about them.
Oh, what kind of movies? Okay, hit
Well,
me up later. Put
that's
them on your
after
OnlyFans.
stream. Yeah,
I
you
want to see
got
them.
it. $4.95 a month, guys. You can see whatever I've done. And feet, random feet.
Random feet.
but
Oh
but
shit.
overall take on Tiger King. It reminds me of some people I've met in this town.
Yeah, can
You know,
relate. I'm a bit of a mountain trash myself, so can relate.
I've been all over. We lived in it. We had a cabin in the woods for a while type shit,
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I do.
It's the American story, right, man? I think everybody's got a cabin in the woods in their past somewhere.
Oh, well, we don't talk about the cabin I have now. I mean,
Well, well, if they don't have a cabin in the woods in their past, they definitely need one in their future. Everybody must experience.
at least part of your life, take a year, go live in the woods. It's the best thing you ever do.
You ain't got to be full blown hippie to enjoy nature, man. It is an experience.
How about that music video with Mr. Joe Exotic? I saw the first one.
That.
Kitty Kitty. Let's talk about Kitty Kitty.
Kitty. Oh shit! Yeah, he did that. He went there, bitches. Yeah, I love it. Last night. Though. Well, that's the thing, though. Did you not watch the new episode?
I didn't yet.
Yeah, no, of course the internet called it all out on it, and they asked the one guy, like, that wasn't him singing, though. It wasn't him singing.
I didn't think it was, but I'm like, wait a
minute.
No,
nobody did, but they portrayed it as such, right? But no, that was somebody else. He was just lip-syncing because he wanted to make the video. So he paid somebody to sing that.
So he pretty much LARPed a music video.
He Milli Vanilli'd that shit.
Fuck. Milli Vanilli.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. The lip-syncing scandal. The lip-syncing scandal.
And you know what kills me about that whole lip-syncing shit was Britney was fucking doing it in the 90s, Nobody gave a shit then.
Nah.
No, 5 years later, it's a little white girl, that's fine. But no, Milli Vanilli's not allowed to do it.
Fuck you. Them.
Yes. Right in their stupid heads.
Oh, son of a bitch. So true.
Yes. Closing thoughts on Tiger King, though. Overall?
I think people should watch it, if nothing else, just for the experience of what a really good, busted-ass documentary can be like. And then go watch other crazy shit, too, so we can all talk about it, because it's great. Also, free Joe. Come on. He did his time. He doesn't need that long of a sentence.
There's a lot of messed up crap. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I mean, and I do think Carol probably fed her husband to the tigers.
I wouldn't put it past her, but I don't know. I'm not assuming. I'm just saying.
Okay, so here we go. Another thing, when that first came up, right? And somebody I was watching with was like, no, she definitely didn't. I was like, wait, though. Because if he was rich, perhaps he was, like, into some, like, drug deal or something that went bad. And they did mention something about him flying to Costa Rica and all that shit. And I was like, maybe. So, I mean, there's a chance not, but I'm going to guess that the bitch killed him.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on there that doesn't sit right. You know what I mean? And
that doesn't mean Joe should kill her, but but she didn't get killed. It didn't happen, so whatever. Like, give him 10 years and let him go.
Give him a few years, learn your lesson. I heard he's dealing with this whole COVID thing now too. There's a whole thing with that.
Yeah, I mean, I highly doubt he's going to pay somebody to kill a cat lady.
Well, I mean, it depends how much they're paying. You know what I mean?
I suppose. I would think at his age, if he did a couple of years in the pen for it, he'd probably be like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to make fun of people anymore and put videos of killing them.
It's a true story. I'm looking over some notes real quick. Man, we're flying through this. I don't even know what time it is, but this has been a good time so far.
I know. I told you I just wanted to hang out.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm happy to have you. Honestly, I'm fangirling a little bit. I'm sorry. I am.
It's okay. We can be mutual fans.
I like it. Oh shit. I'm trying to read through the chat here. Carol was a killer. Milli Vanilli had the other people sing. Well, you're right, Goat Man. That did happen. Last time I checked. By the way, Goat Man's blessed us. Isn't that amazing? Thank you, Goat Man.
It always is. It's always a pleasure to have you, Mr. Goat Man. Praise be to the Goat Man.
Praise. I said I wanted to have him on here sometime.
Yeah. Now, oh my God, I'd be so fascinated. He's an enigma. I want to know what Goat Man's all about.
I would interview the Goat Man without a doubt.
All right, so let's get a confirmation here. Goat Man, are you into that? Can we do that?
We mentioned it before. The offer's open. It's on the table if he wants to take it. Just
You're
saying.
all nice and stuff. You're like, if he's willing, I'm like, Goat Man, do it. Do it, Goat Man.
There has to be a balance, Kay. I'm telling you.
I'm a pushy bitch. We love you, Goat Man.
I appreciate it though, because I can be very chill, so to speak.
Oh, show.
Oh, show. So, we should go. I wanted to go. Like, we're gonna jump around a little bit here. I feel like because there's a few things I still want to chat about, but I still want to retouch on a couple things we already talked about. Um, so back to the movie subject. Do you have a favorite actor actress currently, or it's like a top 5?
Oh, I mean, that's a tough one. Yeah, okay. So, well, I mean, you know about the Shatner obsession.
Right, we got
Um,
Shatner. I heard about Riddick.
oh,
There's another
yeah,
one I heard about.
there. Oh, yeah? Okay, what did you hear about? It might be the same one I was about to talk about. Let's see.
Do it. You go ahead, Kerosive. We'll let you take this.
X-Files, man. Agent Mulder.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, oh my God. Huge thing. Like, okay, see, and that's that tie of being social in high school, right? Like, I had friends and stuff, and they'd be like, "Let's come to the football game on Friday," and I'd be like, I do want to go hang out with you at the football game, but the X Files is on, and Agent Mulder, hello, yeah, that was like my teenage crush was Agent Mulder, fucking all about the David Duchovny,
Nice.
as
Well,
Agent Mulder, mind you, only
can
as Agent Mulder.
can I tell you something? I was a Scully fan back then.
Okay, see, so they had a little something for all of us teenagers. No,
I'm
and that
telling you.
show was so great for its time. I was super into like UFO alien shit for a while.
You believe in that kind of stuff?
I'm in between. Like, I mean, the universe and all is giant, and with everything that we know, there's got to be life of some sort out there somewhere. Are they coming and abducting people and probing them in their buttholes? Probably not.
No, that's just me.
That yeah, I was gonna say. I mean that part of it. No, I'm not a full blown tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist. Not really into the Illuminati or none of that shit. I'm kind of like, yeah, all right. But I mean, just the concept itself and like the show in particular, they didn't just do aliens. They did a little bit of this and that and some weird stuff, and definitely the natural phenomenon kind of X-Files stuff, like the guy with the parasitic twin, things like that. I mean, some of that is
Ooh,
kind of
yeah.
based on real science that's just bizarre science, right? And I totally love that shit.
Irate's asking, have you ever seen Red Shoe Diaries?
Yes, that was a naughty one, Ivy.
I didn't want to
Oh
admit it
my.
either. Showtime. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that made me very happy as a young woman, considering again, I just Agent Mulder. Oh,
I
oh.
was
Show me
just
your badge, BB.
just happy to see anything at that age myself.
Yeah, for sure. Side boob, right? Scrambled
Oh, man.
Skinamax.
We used to
Skinamax.
unscramble them channels with the rabbit ears, man. We knew what we were doing.
Yeah, you'd fucking spend an hour to see like almost a full boob. It worked though.
Yeah, and that VCR came in handy. Let me tell you, we didn't have the internet back then, guys.
Yeah. No,
So
we had to work for our porn back then.
it was harder than people might believe. So we were talking about sci-fi here. Okay, so we we already know about Riddick.
So who
We
was
know-
the other act?
we-
Yeah.
yeah.
Who were you thinking of?
Well, I heard there might be a Bruce Willis obsession going on here.
Oh, I am a fan. Not a huge fan, but Die
Okay.
Hard. I mean, is the best Christmas movie ever.
Oh, okay. Even though he said it wasn't.
I know, but I say it is. Yeah, no, I do like Bruce Willis. Fifth Element, great movie. I am a fan of Bruce Willis.
Are you a fan of Schwarzenegger or any of them guys?
Not so much. I mean, of course, Terminator, all the movies, they're okay. I'm not really into action. I don't like chase scenes. They bore me.
I got you. Yeah. I feel that.
There's a lot of chasing going on in those types of movies, and I'm just kind of like, like I watch them, but I'm not like all about them. Steven Seagal, ugh. This is funny actually. Like my mom used to think he was hot, and I would just be like, "Oh no!" But so I've seen all the Steven Seagal movies, but not really into it.
Not into Seagal, huh?
Mm-mm.
He's my
But I mean,
idol.
like, I know. Well, see, that's why I said like I'm not like a fan, but I'm not like a anti-fan. I've watched their stuff. I'm about it. I'm familiar with that kind of genre as well. But
Okay,
just not fangirling hard over it the same way.
but let's talk sci-fi. I want to jump back to that. So the Aliens movies you obviously had to see, right?
Oh yeah,
Predator, things like that.
of course.
Were you Alien or Predator then?
That's a hard one. If I had to pick and I was like, all right, which there's a war going on, which side am I on? Definitely the Predator.
I would have gave you Space Marines, but I feel like they're kind of boring.
Just a little bit. Oh fuck, Starship Troopers. Love
Oh, oh yeah,
it. Would you like to know more?
I do. I want to hear about Starship Troopers for a minute.
I love that movie. I don't know why. It was just like the right amount of like cheesy, but not. I've heard it's a great book, and I have not read the book. I
What a,
do want to. I just haven't yet.
I vaguely remember Starship Troopers, honestly.
Oh, it was pretty good. You should go back and watch it. It had Doogie Howser in it.
Doogie fucking Patrick Neil Harris. Let me
Patrick Neil Harrison.
tell you, Doogie Howser was my hero as a kid. I love that show.
A smart teenager who wouldn't want to grow up to be a doctor at like 12.
I just yeah. You're right.
No, it was cool. It was a good show.
Well, there you go. What'd you want to be as a kid?
Oh, fuck. I never see. I still ask myself that to this day. What do I want to be when I grow up? I have no idea.
Happy?
It changes from week. Yeah, happy. In a good mood. It changes from week to week. I have no idea.
Well,
Eclectic. Again.
I get it. I mean, I wanted to be a mad scientist myself for the longest time.
Definitely worth pursuing.
Oh, I thought I did. I was like, okay, let's do mad scientist. Then I wanted to be a professional wrestler. Then I wanted to be a comic book artist. Then I wanted to be a chef. And I just kind of stuck with that because I got really good at it.
Yeah, dude, I didn't even know like till last week when you showed me some pictures and we talked about that. I was like, damn, you got some skills.
Almost 20 years in the business.
Definitely some cool shit, man. There's something to that, and that's become definitely like a more mainstream art in itself. You know, with all the cooking shows and stuff, people are like a little more knowledgeable and appreciate that a little bit more now. Foodies.
Right? Well, I was going to tell you, being an artist, like that's where it stemmed for me, and I know you can relate. Like, I look at everything I do in a creative stance as like artistic, in one
Yeah,
sense
you
or
gotta put the
another.
flair.
Right?
Sure, even people doing math, like you're tapping into that left brain somewhere. Humans are creative, artistic things. We're just driven that way.
We are.
We like to create, right? We like to create.
And destroy, apparently, so we can rebuild.
Yeah, that's definitely part of the fun.
Right? Who doesn't want to run a crane or something like that?
Sometimes you just gotta fuck shit up, build it back up.
Got me thinking on sci-fi for a minute. I used to get down with some sci-fi back in the day. Starship Troopers, Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap, of course. Ugh. Oh, Scott Bakula, he got ruined for me in the last in Enterprise, the Star Trek that came out with him.
Oh yeah, I watched a little bit of that.
It was awful. They put lyrics in the theme song. You do not put lyrics in a Star Trek theme song, especially not. It sounds like some cheesy like '90s like Christian metal or like rock band. I don't know if you've heard it. It's so cheesy.
I'll have to peep it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I watched like 3 or 4 episodes of Enterprise. I was in the Next Generation. I've seen every episode of that.
Hell yeah.
In fact, for Christmas, a friend of mine got me the Star Trek Encyclopedia or something like that.
Nice.
It has like, the weapons, the races, the ships, all the little information in it. I almost whipped it out tonight. I almost whipped it out, but
some other time we'll talk Trek, man. We won't go too deep into that because that's a universe all its own. But yes, right. big fan of the Star Trek. I was, like I said, disappointed in Enterprise. The movies, I was kind of like, oh really, J.J. Abrams, what did you do?
Really?
They're entertaining. Yeah, I mean, they're good and they're entertaining, but they're not my Star Trek. You know?
I do.
I've put off watching the new series because I'm I just don't. I'm not ready to be disappointed. In case
Yeah, I'm
I'm gonna
hearing a
wait
lot of.
until my.
Go ahead.
Oh,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
No, it's okay. Not the Patrick Stewart one. I'm actually excited about watching that, but I'm gonna wait until it's done because I've heard that that's closer to the older Star Trek at least. But I mean the Discovery and what was the other one they came out with? I think it was just Discovery. Yeah, it's the one in between. I'm waiting to watch it because I just feel like it's probably gonna break my heart, and I'm just not ready for that. So I'm just
Yeah,
gonna wait until I'm
I
ready.
get you. Yeah. Um, I do. We can talk about that. I'll tell you a quick story on this just to share some stuff with you. My first drive-in movie experience was Wrath of Khan as a kid. Apparently, I think that was the third one, second one. I don't remember, but the original Wrath of Khan with
Uh huh.
Shatner. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My mom got me into all that shit, and The Hobbit, and like Lord of the Rings, and all that stuff.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Oh yeah, totally. We are. What time are we looking at here? All
I
right.
have no idea.
I just
Oh,
saw.
what about the? I gotta ask. Have you seen the Brave Little Toaster?
Oh, my heart, my heart. If I had pants, I'd lose them right now.
So good, right? The kids' movies back then were like they were dark though, and like twisted and almost disturbing, but fantastic. Brave
Captain
Little
Hope,
Toaster,
you
so
don't
good.
understand. You don't understand. That movie
Where
was my like jam. Like my
I
mom worked.
guess
She worked at a video store when I was a kid, and she'd bring this stuff home all the time for us to watch. And I always asked for the Brave Little Toaster, like every time.
definitely it was one of my favorite. I had it recorded on VHS.
Me too. Yeah. Are you sure you didn't do
So good.
research on me before this? Like,
No, it's just I think it's like I said, like a generational thing. You know, like when
yeah,
people your own
totally.
age, it's very similar because you grew up with the same influences and things.
Yeah, but
Yeah, the movies were great. Brave Little Toaster and The Point. I don't know if you've seen that one.
the points.
Yeah, it's hard as fuck to find these days, but it had like a whole original soundtrack for it and stuff. It was so good. Like, it's really hard to find to watch. I think there is one version of it on YouTube, but it was about Oblio, a little boy who was born without a point. He has a round head, and everybody else has a triangle head. They have a point to them.
I remember this now. Hold on.
Yeah, so he's banished to the pointless forest with his dog Arrow, and they go on this
Wow.
adventure to find his point. It was like the deepest, like
I
creepiest, like 70s kids show, but it was great. Or it was a movie, not a show.
I
But
remember this now. It was around the same time I think I got in a Dot in the Kangaroo.
yeah, it's like the same kind of shit. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
It was a great movie. I will still get nostalgic and go back and watch it sometimes.
I haven't thought of that since like, damn, I was in the single digits, man.
Buried memories, yo. It happens. People bring stuff up sometime, and you're like, "Oh, damn, that's right. That was a thing."
Well, this certainly has been a battle tonight so far. It's been back and forth, let me tell you.
It's been. Oh, that's right. I forgot I was supposed to fight you IRL. Let's go.
Well,
Let's go, bitch.
you
Let's
know,
fight right
I
now.
I feel like I have a little more experience than you, and
Oh yeah, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose,
oh,
but I'm still gonna fight you, bro, because I'm not a pussy.
you know
Jeez.
what's funny is you'd win because I can't hit a woman. I can't do it.
Fair.
I'll take the hits.
Unfair. Unfair, but fair. I like it.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, it's been fun. I like chatting. It's good times.
Shit. Well, I reckon. Let me see. Maybe we'll cut this stream off here in a few minutes. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
I mean, I
find.
think we've covered everything. I think. I
We're
don't
about
know.
2 hours in. I covered most of what I felt like we wanted to talk about. Now, the last subject I'll get on is what you're doing currently. I know you're making appearances everywhere, like you were talking about. You want to touch on that for a minute?
Not really.
No. Okay.
No, I just like hanging. Like I said, I like hanging out, and with YouTube again, it's kind of a small thing. Everybody's got channels, so people who like to do streams or like have guests on, I'm totally like, oh, I'll go on. I'll go hang out and do whatever. I like to get around and have some fun online. I am definitely not a live streamer. I don't like doing any of that. It's not fun for me. It's way too technical.
Yeah.
I used to do, and I will do again soon too. I do join my Scambait friends streams from time to time where we call scammers live. That's fun.
Right.
But yeah, I just kind of bounce around right now, like in my free time. I like to still be active and hang out with people and do things, and it's a good time. I'm just really not necessarily focused on anything right at the moment.
Well, I was going to mention Trippy Cast was one thing I was going to talk about.
Oh, fuck yeah, I should probably do it. Not every Sunday. Trippy has a show on Sundays, which I think most of the people here, I think, watch that shit too. So, yeah, social media Sundays have been a lot of fun. Trippy's like kind of got a format he's down with now. He's like having some fun with some guessing games and shit. I'm digging it. So I do try to join and play when I can because I have a lot of fun with that. Trippy's a good dude. Go check his shit out. He's awesome. Very entertaining fellow.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I got a message here I'm trying to read. I just caught it.
Wasn't for me. If it was, it would be lewd.
Oh, I look forward to that.
Nah. I'm just trying to get a discount on that OnlyFans subscription, bro.
Well, you get first month's free. How's that for you?
Right out. Feet pics. Keep them coming.
So yeah, I guess we'll start ending this up here. I hope we're starting to end it up. So thank you, Captain Kerosive, for coming in as always.
A pleasure to hang out, bro. It was fun.
Yeah. If you want to stick around for a minute, you're welcome to.
Yeah, we'll chat after.
Sure. Thank you to everyone in chat. Like this has been something special. It's actually today is the anniversary of when me and my normal co-host Sasha and Veracity started doing the dojo on the radio about 3 or 4 years ago. Today was like our first show together. So I want to give a shout out to Sasha. I know she's not here tonight, but love you, girl. Hope you're all right. Well, I guess I can ask that last question real quick that Trippy had if you want to answer it, or we can just skip it. But
dreadlocks with beads and bejazzled.
That's all we're going to say then. Trippy, catch this. You don't even need to know. Thank you to everybody for coming in. Thank you to Kerosive. Thanks to Doc for helping out with getting me set up here. Irate, congratulations. Tomorrow is your 3-year YouTube anniversary. I appreciate it. That's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Hell yeah.
So I'm not even listening to the stream, but I hope that we're getting ready to roll here. Yeah, so thank you everybody. Okay. Thanks everybody. I think next Monday we have underground rapper, hardcore artist Lyrizone coming on. He's a buddy of mine from way back. If you check the old videos, there's some Project Leviathan videos from like 3 years ago. He was on one of them shows. You can check that out. We're going to catch up with him, touch some base. I got a few more shows coming up. I got another couple artists I'm working on. Just got to line up the dates. I'm going to have a little paranormal show, and Cap, you're invited to that if you want to come hang out for that then.
Might check that out. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I know there's a girl that she reads tarot. I got some spiritualists coming in. I'm looking for a couple more people yet for that, but that's going to be fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to start doing these here and there. We have a couple shows lined up, so we'll leave it at that. But thank you guys. Appreciate y'all coming out, and hopefully I'll catch you next Monday, if not sooner. Everyone, have a great night. I think we're good to go. Yeah, I'm just letting you know.